Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are just about getting ready for some boys lacrosse for their senior night as the Sterling Silver Knights will be taking on the Timber Creek Chargers for the second Sterling versus Timber Creek lacrosse installment of the week. Thank you all for tuning in here. Once again, I'm Daniel Leakin. Mason Tickham on the cameras. We're just about to get ready here on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. At least I hope it's a Thursday. Wait, it might be a Wednesday. Nope, it's Thursday. On a beautiful Thursday afternoon. So a big game here for the boys as they are sitting at 7-4, 2-2 in the division thus far. They had a good start to the season, and I'd say in their first 6 games they went 5-1, and then their last 5 they went 2-3. So they got to look to get back on that winning streak train here as they're going to look for an in-division win here against Timber Creek, who sits at 3-7. Their 3 wins this year came against Millville, Winslow, and Hamilton. They lost to Cedar Creek, Nottingham, Highland, Middle Township, Absegami, Haddon Township, and Oakcrest. So Clint Wiley and the boys are looking for a big win today on senior night. They got a lot of seniors this year. Between, let's take a look, John Crawford, Max Bleem, Kevin Woodruff, Josh Hoffman, Aiden Perriman, Mike Tully, Noah Harker, Ryan Cullen. Yeah, so between those guys, those are all the seniors for Sterling. But this season primarily has been led by the sophomore group. In specifics, the 2 points leaders, Carson Wiley and Jeremy Clark this year. Carson Wiley sitting at 37 points, 32 assists, 69 points, 47 ground balls. And Jeremy Clark sitting at 27 goals, 19 assists, 46 points, and 39 ground balls. And where Sterling really does a great job is in their face-offs between Rene Camacho and Noah Harker. Rene Camacho has taken 109 face-offs and has won 83 to come out to a .76 win percentage. And Harker has taken 79 face-offs, won 52, which comes out to a .66 win percentage. A couple other key players here for the Knights. The last time we covered boys lacrosse, Mikey Tully was inactive due to sickness. He's back in the lineup for these past couple of games for the Knights. And he's an impact player, a guy that really piles on the assists for the Sterling Knights with 8 goals, 21 assists, 29 points, and 76 ground balls, so very reliable on the ground game as well. And then Max Bleem, 18 goals, 9 assists, 27 points, 39 ground balls for the Sterling Knights. And, just an all-around really good team. A lot of people stepping up, especially on that defensive line, as we mentioned in that first game. A rather inexperienced defensive line for this Silver Knights team. You have Will Nicholas, the brother of Ben Nicholas, playing back there. Ryan Cullen you have back there. And then really your only consistent guy that's kind of been there for a little bit is Aiden Perriman, who does work on the ground game. And then in net for Silver Knights is Josh Hoffman, who has 122 saves, has allowed 61 goals in 11 games played. And on the other side of things, Timber Creek has had a little bit of a down year this year. They're really led by their senior attack and midfielder, Thomas Steele. Thomas this year has had, Matthew Steele. Matthews had 20 goals, 10 assists, 30 points, 18 ground balls, and kind of leads the way for this Timber Creek team. Other than that, the stat sheet is pretty separated. Logan Pacheco puts up 11 goals, 6 assists, 17 points, and 22 ground balls. Matthew Steele's brother Thomas Steele has put up 11 goals, 4 assists, 15 points, and 14 ground balls. But they also do a good job in the faceoff circle with Dominic Wolfenden as their main faceoff guy. He's taken 133 faceoffs, has won 89 of them to come out to a .67 faceoff percentage. So we're just about to get ready here for Sterling Channel 19. Again, thank you all for tuning in here for the boys' senior night as Mikey Tully quickly on the guard here against Uwaziranye. He swings that one over to McGinley. And this one gets back up top for Steele. Steele surveying. Swings this one over to the side. Mikey Tully quickly over there to play defense. Ball is up in the air. That wasn't Mikey Tully. That was Carson Wiley. Wiley gets the ground ball. And he's off to the races here for the Silver Knights. Makes a man miss. Gives it off to Landon DeSandro. Someone who stepped up on the sophomore side of things this year for the Silver Knights, kind of filling in a couple gaps that they needed in their lineup. Him and Brandon Coppola have taken huge leaps in their game, especially jumping from that JV to varsity transition. And Wiley has put a lot of faith into them so far this season. He has them playing in a couple of clutch situations as Wiley just misses that ball. That bounced a little awkwardly as he swings this one over to Max Bleem. Wiley goes down low to X where Mikey Tully resides. Gives this one back up to Wiley. Wiley over to Max Bleem, who sings this one all the way over to Jason Hoffman. A little bit of clumsiness with the ball so far for the Silver Knights, as they've had a couple of balls go right past them as Mikey Tully sets up behind the net once again. Sings this one out to Carson Wiley. Wiley moves in, switches sides. Wiley with the shot. Nice save there by the Tendy. As Neidig quickly falls on top of that one. Neidig swings this one out to Fair as Fair starts moving up the field for the Chargers. Fair dumps this one in. Good defense there by Aiden Perriman as he fights for the ground ball, but quickly scooping it back up was Thomas Steele. Steele swings this one back up to the top. As Timber Creek doing a good job of some constant ball movement here early to try and put, Sterling's defense on their feet a little bit as Thomas Steele has it behind the net. McGinley swings it back up top, looking for Matthew Steele. Steele looking for the screen. Didn't get one. Good job by what looks like Rennie Camacho to play physical defense here on Steele. Steele looking all the way across. Risky pass, but gets over to Thomas Steele. As the Chargers still swinging this one around. Wiley out to pressure. This one makes its way back up to the top for Steele, but he just misses it. Jason Hoffman is going to collect this one. Pops it over the defender's heads. Whistle blows, and possession will go in favor of the Silver Knights. So Clark now moves up with it here for the Knights. Again, one of the leading point scorers here for Sterling is second place behind Carson Wiley. As Tully has it behind the net. Gets this one up to Carson. Whistle blows. As the game is stopped because of, I think, a Gatorade bottle. So now Max Bleem has it, swings it back over to Carson Wiley. And he gets it underneath to Mikey Tully. As Mikey Tully quickly faced with pressure from Hacker. Hoffman up top. He gets it over to Bleem. As Sterling taking a slow time here with their possessions. Jeremy Clark trying to create some space with him. He takes a shot. That one blocked in traffic. Ball on the ground. Sterling fighting for it. And Clark scoops it up and comes out of the dog pile. Still good ball movement here from Sterling. A pretty long possession here. Clark takes a shot from the outside as that one just goes wide. Good hustle from Mikey Tully to stay with it. Because moving quickly was Chase McGinley. Clark has it. Finds Bleem. Carson Wiley. Surveys. Sterling with this constant ball movement around the outside. Not forcing anything inside. Wiley moves inside. Wiley cuts inside, takes a shot. That one just goes wide. And Timber Creek is going to get possession after good hustle from the Tendy, Neidig. Uwazuranye is going to start this one up here for the Chargers. So he's moving past the Sterling midfield. Throws this one into traffic. Knocked down by Max Bleem. Bleem swings it up top for Carson Wiley. Wiley with the defender to the beat. Moves along. Turns. Passes. Clark just can't handle it. Hoffman there for the garbage. And he's going to get things started here for Sterling's offense. Sterling's midfield, though, doing a good job of setting that trap. Threw it into traffic. Now a shot by Wiley. That one saved by Neidig. Tully has it. Wiley gets it over to Bleem. Bleem finds Clark. Clark with the shot and the score! What a pass by Max Bleem looking across the way. And Jeremy Clark is going to get the first tally on senior night as Sterling takes a 1-0 lead. Harker going against Wolfenden here. Wolfenden trying to use his strength to get under everyone. The ball pops out, and Mikey Tully now has it for the Silver Knights. Tully gets this one over to Jeremy Clark. And Sterling now able to set up their offense once again. Action happening in the corner. Now Jason Hoffman switching spots with Mikey Tully going behind the net. Hoffman tries to swing this one to Tully. That one gets past, and possession's going to change. So now moving up here is Timber Creek. They launch this one up the field looking for Thomas Steele. Steele moving his way past Perriman. Steele going towards the net. Steele with the shot and the score! Thomas Steele going all the way from half to score that one on Josh Hoffman. Pushes his way past Perriman as well. And we got ourselves a tie game sitting at 1-1. So now Wolfenden and Harker back at the face-off circle here for Sterling and Timber Creek. After Timber Creek and a very nice goal from Thomas Steele to beat the senior Josh Hoffman, makes this one 1-1. Both teams still fighting for this one. Camacho trying to kick it with his feet as this one gets into the pocket of Wolfendorf. Or Wolfenden, excuse me. Harker gets pushed from behind by Wolfenden. And they call a push, so Sterling will get possession. Bleem gives it to Wiley. Wiley moves up. Screen set by Bleem as Wiley moves inside. Wiley goes to X. No pressure here from the Chargers. So Wiley looking for an outlet. Swings it over to Max Bleem. Bleem to Hoffman. Hoffman to Clark. Good switch by the Chargers defense as Clark moves inside. He's going to give it off to Bleem. Bleem looked like he didn't see it coming. This one's still in the circle. Chopped at. And nicely collected there by Neidig. It's been very solid between the pipes so far for Timber Creek. The Chargers moving up, weaving the way through the Sterling midfield. The Chargers taking their time here. As this one makes its way over to Sulzer, who swings it underneath. That one tipped off of the stick of Thomas Steele and is going to go out of bounds, and Sterling will get possession. Wiley gives it off to Bleem. Bleem quickly met by the defender, Brett Fair, but pushes past the physicality. Bleem moving inside. DeSandro now has it. DeSandro gets chopped at from behind. Nice defensive hustle there by number 13, Jacob Hacker. And now Timber Creek moving up with the ball, but it lands in the pocket of Jason Hoffman. Series of good defensive events there for the Timber Creek Chargers. But Sterling still comes up with possession. Again, very good effort by number 13, Jacob Hacker, to come all the way back and hawk down Landon DeSandro while he was about 2 inches away from the goal. Max Bleem now moves to the side, swings it to the inside for Carson Wiley, but he can't collect it. Wiley trying to play good defense behind, and a foul called there on Wiley. Looks like he gave a little bit of extra love there to Lucas Solzer. And now the Chargers are going to move up. Solzer taking it through the midfield, gives it off. Moving up with it now is Matthew Steele as he pushes his way past Max Bleem. Steele swings it to the outside. Good defense there by Will Nicholas. Nicholas pressuring behind the net. This looks like Logan Pacheco pressured here by the sophomore Nicholas. Pacheco swings it up top, a big shot. That one just gets past the net. Thomas Steele winding up, or excuse me, that was not Thomas Steele. That was Matthew Steele winding up from the top. Good interception there by Jason Hoffman to read the pass, and Hoffman looking to go the other way. Hoffman gives it off to Bleem. Bleem was looking for Tully through the defender. Nice defensive play once again. And the Chargers defense and goalie has been their special teams so far in a pretty low offensive production game. Camacho, the workhorse, trying to apply some pressure. And Ryan Cullen applying some pressure now too as he moves through center. But the whistle blows, and a timeout is called by Coach Wiley. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are getting ready for some second quarter action here between the Silver Knights and the Chargers. It's been a pretty eventful first quarter, very physical and lackluster scoring, which is a little bit rare for the Sterling side of things. They win their games by a lot of wide margins. Their first game, they won 18-1, 16-1, 11-2, 14-4, 14-8. A lot of big scores, and even the ones that were tighter. I mean, they scored 9 goals. They scored 8 goals. A couple of the losses, they had a lot of goals. So it's a little bit rare for Sterling to get held as well as they did. I think the Chargers defense and the goalie, Reese Neidig, did a really good job of preventing their scorers. But at the end of the day, Jeremy Clark pierced through with 2, and the Chargers really couldn't get anything going on the offensive side. But it sets us up for a very, very good quarter number 2. It looks like Camacho in the face-off circle with Wolfenden. Camacho fighting for it. Gets a little bit of support from Tully. Camacho has it. Good win for number 11, but good defense by the Chargers. But Tully gets it and is going to move back out. Good hustle from the 3 guys at the dot, Tully, Camacho, and Hoffman. Big shot there from Wiley, but that one gets saved. Sterling maintains possession. Clark swings around, jumps, shoots. That one goes past. Good job by Carson Wiley to find it. Wiley trying to move inside. Good defense by the Chargers. Good work by Sterling to try and still fight for this ground ball as Tully comes up with it and goes behind the net. This one gets over to Jason Hoffman, and Sterling's going to restart. Not a lot of potential scoring opportunities from down low from the Silver Knights. The long poles of the Chargers doing a good job thus far, as we saw Carson Wiley kind of get sandwiched between 2 defenders, and just not a lot of action where there could be high danger opportunities for Sterling. They do a lot of their work going down low, and I think the Chargers kind of did their homework a little bit on that, and they're doing a good job. As Clark swings up top, gives it off to Wiley. Wiley, big shot. Nice save there by Neidig. And now moving with it is Wolfenden. Wolfenden swings this one over to Steele. Matthew Steele now moving up through midfield. Steele. It's going to slow it down. Pressured here by Hoffman. Now Pacheco has it. Pacheco trying to move inside, quickly blocked off by AP. Now McGinley has it. Gives it back to Pacheco. Pacheco was looking for a streaking Gariel on the inside. That one gets away. Sterling going to fight for the ground ball. They move up towards midfield. Camacho uses his physicality, but this one's scooped up by the Chargers, and Sterling's defenders are a little hung back. McGinley has it. Swings it back up top. Good pressure by the Knights as Steele has it. Steele moves past Camacho. Steele winds up and fires. That one blocked off by the Silver Knights. AP applying some pressure on the outside as there's a push and a flag down on the field. Another flag pops up on the field as well. So 2 flags down. Refs are going to have the discussion about this one. So it looks like they may have nabbed Michael Tully with one of them. So number 27 on the white. Might be something wrong about that call. Might have been 7 on the white, which was Dan McGinley, who was over in the area at first. I don't see a 27 on the roster. And then I think they might have gotten that wrong. So it might have been Michael Tully in blue and 21 Aiden Perriman in blue, both getting the fouls for Sterling. Yeah, they're both in the penalty box, and Timber Creek has no one. So it might have been 2 fouls on Sterling. So 2 30-second ones. Sterling down a couple of men here, so a big opportunity for Timber Creek. A shot inside. A nice save there by Josh Hoffman. That was a crucial shot by Thomas Steele, and Hoffman getting right in front of it. Cullen has it. Cullen moves it to the middle where that one just gets past Carson Wiley, who now has a deep hole. Nicholas trying to move it up, pushing a couple of Timber Creek players. Whistle blows. So full strength now after the 2 fouls. Tully and Perriman are going to come back on the field for Sterling. Excuse me, Perriman's going to wait. Carson Wiley's going to stay with the long pole for the Knights. So full strength. Michael Tully was offsides. Aiden Perriman was a loose ball push behind, as there's a shot there from Gariel that just goes behind the net. Camacho applying pressure here to Wolfenden. These two have met each other in the faceoff circle a couple times. Wolfenden kind of powers through. Wolfenden moving up. Gets physicality there from Ryan Cullen. Wolfenden takes a shot. Nice save there by Josh Hoffman once again. And Hoffman's having himself a clinic of a night so far. And a timeout called by Coach Wiley. So after all that, still 2-1 the score off of 2 goals from Clark. We'll be back in just a moment. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. As after that short timeout there from Sterling and Coach Wiley, we're getting ready to finish out the remainder of this second quarter. We are going to leave the stream on. If you are a relative of some of the seniors, or if you just want to watch, do not skip forward on the YouTube video, as we will have the halftime show coming up, which is the senior night. So I think we are going to have Shay Wiley, who's back from Arizona State University, announce some of the names, which is cool. She's a senior last year. Might be even Jade Wiley, who was a senior a couple of years ago. Who knows who's going to announce these names? But Wiley's told me it's probably going to be one of his kids. So I'm just assuming it's Shay, because I think she did it last year. So Carson Wiley now swinging it out to the outside here for the Silver Knights. 2-1 still the score. The Knights lead here in the second quarter off of 2 goals from Jeremy Clark and 1 goal from Thomas Steele. Wiley's been faced with a lot of physicality and a lot of focus throughout this Chargers defense. Very scrappy defender on him. Looks like number 23, Josiah Fenton-Fletcher. As Wiley swings around, looks for Bleem. Bleem to Hoffman. Hoffman shoots. Nice save there by Neidig. Wiley applying pressure here up top. Is this one knocked out of the hands of a Charger? He keeps moving up the field. Passes it along the outside. A nice feed, but just missing it there was Logan Pacheco. And that's going to go right back into Sterling favor. Perriman finds Bleem. Bleem swings this one up to Clark. And now Clark is going to move up here for the Knights. Clark fakes the pass, gives it off to Wiley. Wiley moves in. Wiley shoots. That one goes in. May have not allowed a lot on it, but that doesn't matter because Carson Wiley puts another one in the back of the net for the sophomore's 38th of the season, his 70th point, and Sterling takes a 3-1 lead. Camacho is going to win that one with ease. Nice technique to get low and beat Wolfenden to the ground. Carson Wiley now has it for the Silver Knights, and they're going to set up shop here in the offensive zone. Bleem. He's going to give it back to Wiley. Wiley spins. Trying to embrace some of the contact. Gets double-teamed as Bleem has it. He gives it to Tully. Tully swings it all the way down low to Hoffman. Hoffman finds Bleem. Bleem trying to find Clark, cutting in the middle. Just misses it. DeSandro now looking for the ground ball. Again, great defense by the Chargers. Wiley scoops it up. Wiley is going to swing it back to Jeremy Clark. Clark spins. Gives it out to the outside where he was looking for Tully. Tully just couldn't nick it out of the air. Wiley from outside. He shoots and he scores. Wiley with a beautiful bounce shot. Just sneaks past the goalie, and Sterling expands their lead. Whoopsies, I unmuted the wrong mic. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. After that timeout by the Timber Creek Chargers, Sterling out to a 4-1 lead over Timber Creek off of 2 goals from Carson Wiley and 2 goals from Jeremy Clark, the sophomores representing here on senior night. Is this one won by Wolfenden, but Sterling does a good job of coming back on it. Wolfenden's going to scoop it up. The whistle blows. Sterling's going to get possession here, and Carson Wiley's going to get started for this offense. Wiley fakes the pass on the inside. It's going to move out. Clark is going to swing it down low, looking for Tully. Tully over to Bleem. Bleem back to Wiley. Wiley's going to drop it. Pressured here by the defender. Wiley picks it right back up. Wiley moves inside. Wiley gets past the defense. He shoots. That's a nice save there by Neidig. It's going to be Timber Creek ball as they're going to start moving up the field here on the Sterling midfield. Good pressure here by the Knights as that one gets poked out of the pocket. Sterling still fighting. Good resilient effort there by the midfield as that one slips out of Tully's stick. Tully's going to move on in with it. Tully backs out. It's going to get things started here for the offense. Again, Sterling's midfield is doing a really good job of preventing the Timber Creek offense from trying to go coast to coast and get things started. Kind of shutting them down in the midfield, and the Chargers have had some trouble moving in. Sterling developing their play as they move in. Tully gives it off. Wiley shoots from outside. Nice save there by Neidig. Neidig is going to move out of his crease. Just slips the pass underneath the stick of a Charger. This one gets scooped up by Clark. Sterling still battling for the ground ball. This one gets kicked past midfield. Camacho scoops it past over. Wiley gives it off to Bleem. Bleem moving in transition. He's going to slow it up. Then Sterling's going to get started once again. Not a lot of pressure on Hoffman on the other side. As Clark has it. Clark moves in. Clark shoots from outside. That one just goes wide. DeSandro beats it out. DeSandro gives it off to Tully, who finds Carson Wiley. Wiley moves in. Wiley gets in space. He shoots. That one blocked off there by Neidig once again. And Timber Creek looking to finally get past midfield for the first time in a couple of minutes. And they do. The Chargers move in. Steele has it from the outside. Steele gets blown up there by a couple of defenders. Tully and Nicholas coming in. Sterling still battling here for this ground ball. Perriman trying to push it forward. Perriman's going to scoop it past. And Perriman moves with it. Perriman gives it off to Bleem, who keeps it in. And Timber Creek gets the ball once again. Again, consistent, resilient effort by this midfield for the Knights as they get the ground ball once again, and Tully moves up with it. Tully pressured from behind, looking to give it off as he gives it off to Hoffman. Hoffman off to Clark. Clark moves in, fires from the outside, and he scores! Jeremy Clark for goal number 3 today. He has the hat trick. And the two sophomores, Carson Wiley and Jeremy Clark, have tallied all the goals for the Silver Knights so far. And they sit at 5-1 with time ticking down. Harker got hit down there on the faceoff, so it looks like Sterling will get possession. Carson Wiley starting with it here for the Knights once again. Wiley is going to swing it around behind the net in the end zone. Wiley is going to keep pushing. Wiley gets in front. He shoots, and a nice save there by Neidig once again. This one gets over to Wiley. Wiley moves inside. A foul called. And a flag on the play here It looks like the foul is going to be called on Max Bleem. Actually, I'm not sure who it's going to be called on here. It's a 1-minute foul on whoever it's on. Actually, it is going to be Max Bleem, so it is a 1-minute foul. So now starting with the ball here is going to be Timber Creek. As they wait for the play, or they wait for the whistle. So now Timber Creek starting on their man advantage for 1 minute after the penalty on Bleem, and that one goes past. And a quick change of possession here for the Silver Knights. .30 seconds remain here in quarter number 2. Sterling's going to have to move with some urgency. Hoffman swings it to the outside looking for Clark. Clark is going to push past the midfield, absorbs the contact, and keeps moving forward. Again, Sterling still on the man disadvantage as Coppola keeps that one in. And they say Coppola went out of bounds. So Timber Creek going to have to move quickly here with the time ticking down here. Camacho gets some support from his buddy Will Nicholas, and the time ticks down. And that is the end of quarter number 2 and takes us right into halftime. So Sterling leads 5-1, and we're going to keep the stream going here as it's going to be senior night for the boys, and that'll start in just a few moments.
This group was truly tested when they were thrown into the fire their sophomore year, stepping up as starters and going head-to-head with some of the biggest programs. That challenging season shaped you, pushing you to develop your skills and commit fully to the sport. Since then, you've accomplished a lot, earning 2 conference titles and combining for 38 wins. More importantly, you've learned life lessons through lacrosse that will stay with you far beyond the field. We're proud of all you've achieved and grateful for your role in building the Sterling Boys Lacrosse program. We wish you nothing but the best in the future. First off, we have our senior managers, Lauren and Haley. Lauren was once a student in my freshman gym class, and we were lucky to have her join us this year as a team manager. She picked up the game incredibly fast and impressed us all by learning how to run both the scorebook and the game clock simultaneously. Sorry. An amazing feat for a first-year manager. Thank you, Lauren, for all your support and hard work. We wish you the best as you head off to the University of Mississippi. Haley has been a dedicated manager for all 4 years and has been an integral part of our program. Her commitment and leadership have been outstanding, especially in mentoring and guiding our younger managers. Haley, thank you for always stepping up and helping with anything and everything we've needed. You'll be deeply missed, and we all wish you the best at Mississippi State University next year. Thank you. Next up, we have number 44, Ryan Cullen. Ryan has been with our program for 2 years and has been a key contributor both on and off the field. A hard worker with a strong lacrosse IQ. He helps guide and support a young defensive unit. His versatility has also allowed him to contribute on offense when needed, playing short stick with confidence. It's been a pleasure coaching Ryan and watching him grow as a player. Ryan is going to the Air Force Academy for aircraft mechanics. Next up, we have number 42, Noah Harker. A 4-year player and our go-to face-off specialist, Noah has been a reliable and dedicated part of our team. His commitment to the craft is clear. Not only does he work hard to improve himself, but he's always willing to help teach and mentor anyone interested in learning face-offs. His leadership and willingness to share knowledge have left a lasting impact on the program. Noah is going into the Army after high school. Crawford. John, a 4-year player, has been a dedicated member of our program for 4 years. He consistently brings a strong work ethic and is extremely coachable. John is the kind of teammate every player wants, always encouraging others and putting the team first. Whether on the lacrosse field or the football field, he's known for delivering big, physical plays. His toughness and energy have made a lasting impact. And John plans on becoming a welder and joining the union. Thank you, John. Next, we have number 4, Max Lee. Max, a 4-year player, has been a standout lacrosse player from the beginning. His speed and explosiveness were obvious during his freshman and sophomore year as he blew past defenders with ease. Over the years, Max has developed into a complete player with the ability to score from anywhere on the field. I'm incredibly proud of the work he's put in, especially this year as a leader and captain. His growth on and off the field has been impressive. Max is attending Rowan for entrepreneurship. Thank you, Max. Number 17, we have Joshua Hoffman, a 4-year player and the anchor of our defense. Josh has been a huge part of our success and goal. This year, he's played at an all-conference level. When our team needed a goalie, Josh stepped up without hesitation, putting the team above himself. His unselfishness, leadership, and composure under pressure have made him a cornerstone of our defense. We're proud of everything he's accomplished. Thank you, Josh. And number 21, we have Aiden Pearman. Aiden is another 4-year player who has played a key role in our success this season. Always committed to improving his lacrosse skills, Aiden embraced coaching and was always eager to get better. He earned the respect of his teammates and was elected captain, doing a fantastic job leading both by examples and through his voice. I'll miss watching Aiden launch those deep clears down the field. Aiden is studying marine biology at the University of Delaware and playing club lacrosse. Thank you, AP. And last but not least, we have number 27, Michael Tully. Mikey is a 4-year player and a 3-year starter who truly embodies Sterling boys lacrosse. He's known as a ground ball monster. He's collected over 200 ground balls in his career. Mikey plays the game the right way, full of heart, determination, and relentless effort. He gives 100 miles per hour on every play and has really stepped up as a leader this year. A first-team all-conference player last season, Mikey does everything on the field except shoot. So we're all hoping today's the day he takes a shot. Mikey is attending Villanova University next fall. Thank you, Mikey. And that is all. Thank you, seniors. Woo!
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 after a beautiful senior night ceremony for a bunch of the senior guys. Well done by Shay Wiley, daughter of Coach Wiley, and a great senior group that Sterling has going on. It's going to be tough to replace a lot of them. One is specifically Josh Hoffman, first of all, one of the nicer kids I've talked to, and second, just an amazing guy between the pipes. So it's going to be hard to replace the impact he has on this team. I mean, obviously, a lot of these guys, the same thing, but Josh, I think, strikes me as one that definitely is going to be hard to replace more. But again, amazing ceremony. Well done by the Parents Booster Club, Coach Wiley, Shea Wiley, just all around. Good job. Ryan Cullen subs on Brandon Capola. Ryan Cullen in his beautiful flow. Karina Justice and I were talking after her game, and she said, it was me and my cameraman, Mason Tinkham. And he said, I wish I had the hair of Ryan Cullen. And I agree. There's some luscious locks behind his head, man, I got to say. So Carson Wiley moves around. Carson Wiley going for the around the world, tries to sneak it in. A nice save there. The ball still on the ground, though. Wiley tries to put it in the net, and he buries it. Carson Wiley, his third of the afternoon. Him and Jeremy Clark, the two sophomores, tallying up 6 total goals, and the score is 6-1 in favor of. Whistle blows. The refs are going to consult in the middle. This one goes over the head of Dan McGinley, and Sterling will get possession right back in their favor. A big launch by Aiden Perriman hits the stick of Jason Hoffman. And Clark loses this one, but he keeps it in bounds. Still a fight for it along that side, and Hoffman comes in and gets the dirty work and gives it to Carson Wiley. Wiley moves up with it, backs out to around the 35. He's going to take his time here, try and pick his spot. Wiley moves past the defender. Wiley gives it off to DeSandro. He takes a shot. A nice save there by Neidig. Cullen still committing for the ball here. Neidig traps it once again. He's going to get started from behind the net here and start to move out. Neidig gives it to the middle. Now moving with it is McGinley. McGinley is going to give it off here to Matthew Steele. Steele swings it back. The other Steele takes a shot and a nice save there by Josh Hoffman on Thomas Steele. Michael Tully now has it. Moves it up for Sterling, gives it off to Rene Camacho. Rene launches it forward for Ryan Cullen. Cullen didn't get the ball. Ball still on the ground here. Ryan Cullen looking for the ground ball. That one just tipped off of his stick. And possession goes in favor of Timber Creek. A big launch here from the defender. And that one taken away here by the Knights. They move inside. DeSandro just couldn't get that one. That one goes out. It looks like this one will go right back in favor of Timber Creek. Jacob Hacker is the one that sent that one into space. Also a foul on number 31, Dominic Wolfenden, for offside. So Sterling now with the main advantage here after the offside on Wolfenden. Or Wolfenden, excuse me. So DeSandro is going to start with it in the corner here for Sterling. DeSandro swings it here to Bleem. Bleem to Tully. Tully to Clark. Clark fires from the outside. That one blocked. This one collected by Carson Wiley. Bounced over the net. Sterling will maintain possession. DeSandro gives it off to Bleem. Bleem finds Tully. And Tully now over to Hoffman. Hoffman swings it back to Tully and now to Bleem. And he finds Wiley. Wiley looking on the outside. Well read there by the Timber Creek defense. Clark looking for the ground ball. Still on the ground. Collected by Timber Creek. And the Chargers now moving up with it. Good pressure here by Bleem. And now Steele moving up here for the Chargers. Steele is going to take the shot from the outside. That one's going to go wide. It looks like possession's going to stay here with Timber Creek. This one collected, fired by McGinley, and a nice save there by Josh Hoffman. Just got it over Carson Wiley, so McGinley gets another shot. McGinley moves in, closed out there by the big Will Nicholas. Police pressuring to the outside, and now Timber Creek gets started. Dropping it there is Steele. Steele now moves on in. Thomas Steele with the only goal here for the Timber Creek Chargers so far. This one sent inside, a big shot, and that one saved by Josh Hoffman. Ty Hicks, the junior attacker, shot that one from up top. So now Tully running like the wind here as he moves up and slows it down here for the Silver Knights for the easy gain of the zone. Carson Wiley sinks this one to the outside looking for Jeremy Clark. Clark shifting, trying to go around. Clark looking for some open space. Clark gets it, shoots and fires, and a nice save there by Neidig. It's been a nice goalie clinic so far in this one, and even though Neidig has allowed 6, he's done a very good job of stopping this high-powered Sterling offense. Nice breakout here by Timber Creek as they move up with it. Double teamed here by Tully and Bleem. So this one gets past the Timber Creek attacker. Uwaziranye kept that one in. Moving inside now is Timber Creek. That looks like Logan Pacheco trying to get an advantage. Good defense on the outside by Will Nicholas, who keeps up with it. And now moving here is Bleem. Bleem gets it back to Hoffman, who bobbles it but gains it. He's going to swing it around to Aiden Perriman, and they're going to let the big dog fly. Perriman heaving it from all the way downtown. Gets it to Jeremy Clark. Clark gets his stick hacked a few times. Swings it over to Carson Wiley. Wiley taking his time, moves it back. This one gets to X. Mikey Tully looking to give it off to DeSandro. DeSandro fires, and he scores! What a nice shot by the sophomore Landon DeSandro. Highlight reel goal as Sterling advances their lead to 7-1. He advances it up to Ryan Cullen. Ryan Cullen gets hit down. Cullen still gets the ball, though, after getting knocked to the ground. This one gets past the outstretched stick of a Charger and Jeremy Clark. As Clark gets the ball, Clark makes a man miss. Dishes it off to Carson Wiley. Wiley gets it off to Bleem. Bleem fires, and that one just goes wide off of a very nice shimmy by Jeremy Clark. Had Kevin Keeley on skates a little bit. Jeremy Clark has it here for the Silver Knights. Gives it off to Tully. Tully swings it to Wiley, and he swings it to Bleem. Hoffman to Clark. He gives it to Tully. Tully now to Wiley, and that one goes wide. Tully going to get started here for the Silver Knights. Wiley to Tully. Tully gives it to Clark. Clark swings it over to Jason Hoffman. Hoffman gives it to Bleem. Bleem to Wiley, and back to Tully. Tully looking for the dish up front. A nice shot there, and the score! Landon DeSandro off of a beautiful feed by Mikey Tully. And the sophomores showing out today as they have the big dog, Wolfenden, moving up here with the ball, pressured by a couple of Knights. Tully still fighting for it, along with a couple of Timber Creek players. And they call a push, so Timber Creek will take possession. So now Pacheco is going to start with it, pressured here by Nicky P. He swings it over to Steele. 6-on-6 here as Nicholas on Steele. Swings us out to his brother, Matthew Steele. He gives it off to McGinley. This one swung back out top. Tully with airtight defense here as this one gets passed back over to Pacheco. The fake windup. Now the Chargers moving out. Pacheco now has it. A little give and go. As McGinley has it. McGinley moving in here on Jason Hoffman. Hoffman stands his ground. This one gets over to Pacheco. Pacheco fires. That one gets hit in between. Tully picks it up, embraces the contact, and Tully now on the move. He looks for Hoffman on the feed. Doesn't quite get there. So Hoffman's going to scoop it and move again. Jason Hoffman now has it. Gives it back to Clark. Clark moves in. Clark with limited time takes a shot. That one just misses. And the time runs out as that is the end of quarter number 3. So one more quarter to play here. The Silver Knights lead 8-1 over Timber Creek with 8 goals from 3 sophomores. We'll be back in just a moment after this short break. And welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are getting ready for some fourth quarter action here for the Silver Knights. 8-1 the score here, and Sterling has been pretty dominant throughout this one in all areas, especially in the midfield. Good aggression here by Timber Creek to win the faceoff. And Tully's stick snapped. Oh, no. That's a shame. So Sterling down a man here. That one intercepted by Ryan Cullen on the way in. Cullen gives it off to Hoffman. And that stinks. It's going to be a fat paycheck for Joe Tully, unfortunately. A big heave from Aiden Perriman finds Jason Hoffman. Clark up top, trying to move in, but goes out instead. This one swung out to Clark. Clark moves in. Trying to add another one for his tally, and maybe the tally of the sophomore group, as they have all 8 goals tonight here for Sterling. Good ball movement here by the Knights as Bleem gets this one out to Hoffman. Clark dancing with it, finds DeSandro. So there's a big chop right there by the defender, Brett Fair. This one lobbed up. Cullen aggressive on it. This one stays on the Sterling side of the 50. So whistle blows. And a timeout called, I think, in favor here of Timber Creek. So after that short intermission for the end of the third quarter, we're back on another intermission here after this timeout. 8-1, the score early in the fourth. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. After that quick timeout taken by the Timber Creek Chargers, we are back in action here as Sterling still has that 8-1 advantage over Timber Creek. Timber Creek's going to start with possession here after that timeout. As the Chargers trying to storm forward and maybe muster up a late fourth quarter comeback, being down 7. Cullen applying pressure behind the net. This one gets out to Pacheco and goes back up top. Beautiful scenery tonight. It is ideal lacrosse weather, I guess you could say. 72 degrees. The clouds kind of covering up the sun, but it provides a very, very beautiful overcast. What we're looking at over here. And the turf looks mighty beautiful with the view that we have today. This ball trickles down. Chargers have it. They swing it on the inside. That is shot and a score from number 17, Graham Garriel. But there is a flag on the play. So Sterling going 2 players on the face-off here, hoping Camacho can win it early. Help comes in from Timber Creek. Whistle blows, and they call a push on the back of Camacho. So now Sterling is going to start with possession. Mikey Tully back on the field here with a different stick. Tully getting pushed out of bounds, weaves his way past the defender. His quick feet give him the advantage. This one goes all the way across to Carson Wiley. Sterling looking to set up shop. Wiley over to Clark. Clark gives it to Hoffman. Hoffman over to Tully. Tully heaving it over to Jeremy Clark. And Clark goes across to Carson Wiley. 9 seconds remain. Sterling ticking down the clock here. Bleem's going to come in once the time is over, and Sterling back at even strength after killing off that man advantage. A lot of noise coming from, I think that's the Timber Creek side. Clark pushing past the defender, gives it back out to Hoffman. Hoffman gives it to Bleem. Bleem weaves, fires, That one goes wide. Bleem gives it to Hoffman. Hoffman to Clark. Clark gives it to Tully. Tully goes inside. Tully fires. That one just goes wide. That is Joe Tully right there saying, "Don't blame the stick." Average Joe Tully comment, especially against Mikey. I played ball hockey with Mikey since we were little. We got back into it when we got into high school, and that's the normal comments that we made towards Mikey. And I think it's kind of ironic that he doesn't score much in lacrosse because he was, I would assume he was our leading goal scorer in ball hockey. Maybe it was Ethan Weitzel. Shot taken from the inside. That one saved. Tully fighting to go get the ball on the edge. Whistle blows. And they say it's Sterling ball. A lot of noise coming from down as the game goes on. That one shot taken, and that one goes wide. This one moved in. Bleem finds Clark. Whistle or flag on the play. This one's going to be on Timber Creek. Looks like it's going to be on number 10, Brett Fair, once possession is over. DeSandro to Bleem. Back to DeSandro. Sterling swinging it around town here as Tully gives it off. Fired by Wiley, and that one's saved by the goaltender, but there is a flag on the play. That one wasn't on number 10. I was actually wrong with my assumption. It was on number 9, Logan Pacheco. 1 minute penalty here, and Sterling gets the man advantage for one. I was right. It was number 10. Cool. Go Knights. So 1 minute man advantage. Sterling probably going to try and drill some clock here. This one taken on the inside and scored by Landon DeSandro. So Timber Creek is going to win the face-off here. As Sterling applying the pressure here to Wolfenden. Tully and Camacho doing the work, and they strip the ball away. And Tully now moving up with it on the outside. They say there was an infraction there on Tully. So now Timber Creek going to move with it here on the offensive. They swing it to the outside for Sulzer. Sulzer still waiting with it. Not a lot of time remaining here in this fourth quarter. Sulzer moving to the inside. Sulzer fires. That one bounces, and he scores. Lucas Sulzer sneaks it past Josh Hoffman on the bounce shot. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are just getting ready for the end of this fourth quarter. As Sterling has the lead over Timber Creek right now, 9-3. So now Timber Creek moving with it. That one tipped by Aiden Perriman. And now Max Bleem rolling with it on the opposite side. Bleem gives it to Wiley. Wiley moves past the defender. A nice scream there by Jason Hoffman. Wiley moving around, cutting back. Looks like the baseball team is back from their trip. See a couple of them in uniform on the other side. Clark going past a couple of defenders. Moving back up top. Clark trying to find DeSandra. That one just past his stick. Bleem now has it. Bleem fires. That one blocked. Ball still on the ground here. Jeremy Clark picks it up. And they're set to regroup. I think the baseball team went against Cherry Hill East today. And they lost in extras. It's actually that's actually pretty good for them though. Cherry Hill East is probably ranked number 12 in public schools in South Jersey. Is what I heard from Mr. K. That's a good opponent for the boys. They're getting there, man. I have this group, Mr. K as well, but this group of seniors really has revitalized what it means to be a Sterling baseball player here at Sterling and stuff, and I think it's pretty cool what they're doing. They've had an historic season this year. Getting pretty physical down low as Clark knocked the stick out of a Timber Creek player's hand. Flag called as Bleem fires this one on net. That one goes wide off of the save. Sterling maintains possession as the whistle blows. So the foul is going to be called on number 3, Lucas Solzer. So Timber Creek is a man down. I hope Mason got that on the camera. One of the baseball players over there started whipping the pole, doing the belt to butt motion. I could just see it out of the corner of my eye when I was looking over there. That was funny. Didn't get that? That's tragic. That's very funny. I think that's Dean Collins moving up right now, but it wasn't him. It might have been Quinn, honestly. I don't know if he's over there, but normally the shenanigans go to Quentin Rosano. Hoffman swings it over. This one goes back to Hoffman. Hoffman getting pressured a little bit here. This one gets past Bleem. Bleem to Carson Wiley. Wiley with the give off here to Tully. Tully operating the man advantage up top. Tully moves in, gives it off to Wiley. Wiley shoots, and a nice save there by the Tendy. Nideg consistently playing well tonight, besides the score. Wiley fakes the pass, moves in, spins around from the defender, takes a bounce shot. That one just goes wide and into the pocket of Jason Hoffman. Bleem fired a shot. That one went wide into Sterling possession. One minute and 30 seconds remain here in quarter number 4 as Clark fires a shot on net. Senior night coming to a close, and really the score sheet filled with the sophomores tonight. 3 goals apiece from Jeremy Clark, Carson Wiley, and Landon DeSandro. And I guess this program's in some good hands for the future. With that being said, I think the next 2 years, it's going to be a pretty dominant program. This one fired and scored! Mikey Tully putting one on the score sheet for his 9th goal of the year on senior night. And Coach Wiley said if there's a time to shoot, it's now. And Tully gets on the scoreboard. Awesome moment for the senior. And to say that Mikey Tully doesn't score is a bit misleading to his skill. One of the best players on this team, and as Mr. Wiley said, just a ground ball merchant. And nice to see him get on the scoreboard. And he has a nice shot, just is much more of a playmaker. And he's always that way. He's not a selfish kid. I mean, always likes to provide for his teammates. And that's one of his specialties, especially in the IQ of this game, is being able to set people up more than score. But Mikey deserving his moment, definitely. This one out in front, that one not collected there by Solzer. This one collected and taken out here by the Chargers. McGinley moving back, gave that one off, but that one went wide. "15 seconds remain here for the Silver Knights as they're going to take this win over Timber Creek. They're going to advance to 8-4 on the season, while Timber Creek is going to go down to 3-8. Setting them up for a couple more games, one against Highland and one against Triton to end off their season. A little bit of pushing and shoving post game, all in good fun, but at the end of the day, Sterling is going to win 10-3 over Timber Creek after an amazing senior night for the boys. 9 goals from 3 different sophomores, Jeremy Clark, Carson Wiley, and Leda DeSandro, and one with the exclamation point on it